Today I'm going to show you guys the Blue Dot Trail. We will access this trail closer to its entrance near Birchwood Lake. You can access this starting point about 1/3 down the red trail, heading from Birchwood Lake toward the Boonton side of the Tourne. Overall, this path is shorter than most of the trails here. It's only about 4/10 of a mile, but it does have a couple of interesting points. Point number one, just as you're entering the trail, you can actually see the chimney that I featured in a previous video, about 60 to 70 yards off the path. Also, about halfway through this path, you come to the spring house, which I showcased in another video. Not quite as exciting or cool as the chimney, but still an interesting point to note. And the third thing to note about this path, it is very, very rocky. In fact, of all the paths on a per capita basis, I would say this has the most stones, especially as you get closer to Rattlesnake Meadow. Also, this path is one of the lowest in elevation, so on a rainy day, or if you've had recent rainy days, it will get very wet and very muddy. Right here at this point, it kind of looks like you can go to the right, but if you want to stay in the Blue Dot Trail, you want to bear left here. I don't know what this right side path is or what it leads to, but if you want to stay in the Blue Dot path, you kind of bear left or straight, I guess. About halfway through the Blue Dot Trail, you can access the Rattlesnake Meadow path, which goes straight through Rattlesnake Meadow to the White Trail. And it's at this point where you can see the spring house foundation, which I detailed in a previous video. Not to be negative, but I am a little on edge today. I saw a dog not on a leash, and it was one of those situations where there wasn't an owner within 50 yards of it. There's like 3 or 4 people around here for whatever reason that think it's okay to allow your dog to run 50 yards ahead of you on the path or even in the woods and terrorize other people. Now, thankfully, the dog didn't charge or approach me, but he's kind of one of those borderline dogs that you're kind of not sure whether he's about to engage you, attack you, or just kind of walk away. And what makes matters worse is that the dog was like in the middle of the woods and there was no one near it. If there is a bear in the woods and it is a mother bear with a cub, that dog is dead. As I said before, very wet, very rocky, low in elevation. You know, it's funny, there's this website called trailforks.com where bikers will travel on different paths in different parks throughout the country, and then they will post how long the trail is and then post any different features of the trail. And one specific characteristic and description that one biker gave of the Blue Dot Trail was that it was a rock garden, which is a very accurate description. But now we're starting to head away from Rattlesnake Meadow. Right now we're about 10 yards from it, but we will now head toward the point in the Blue Dot path where it will eventually link up with the red trail at the conclusion of this path. And then you can take the red path back to the pavilion parking lot. As I'm sure you can hear in the background, many different bird calls. Technically, the Tourne has a bird sanctuary here. You can basically get anywhere from 30 to 40 different type of bird species. Maybe even more, actually. Maybe even 60 to 70 that you can see in a given year. So if you like bird watching or you like to hear bird calls, this is a great place. And you can always get the Merlin app, which if you don't know a bird call that you hear, you can identify it. And here we are at the conclusion of the Blue Dot Trail, where it links up with the red trail.